Many people are aware that rhinos are probably one of the most endangered species on the planet, and the reason for that is mainly due to poaching, which has gone on for, well, over a decade now. Over 1,000 rhinos poached a year.
The rhino poaching is very high. It's very high. So if we don't protect the rhinos, in the next coming 20 or 30 years, it will be just history if we don't protect them, because people, they kill them a lot, like almost every day.
My name's Belinda Chaffer and I am the chair of Waterberg Rhino UK, which was set up in January 2020. Waterberg Rhino UK is a charity predominantly looking after rhino conservation in the Waterberg. The Waterberg is situated in the Limpopo in South Africa. It is about 2 million hectares. It is one of the last remaining sort of bastions of rhino on the planet. So that is the main reason, I suppose, for Waterberg Rhino UK. Unfortunately, poaching has reached huge levels, and it's predominantly to satisfy a demand in the Far East, in Vietnam and China. Rhino horn has become more expensive than gold. Lots of people talk about the medicinal that has been existing in Chinese medicine for 2,000 years, but it's become much more than that. It's become a status symbol because it's become one of the most expensive items on the planet. Security is unbelievably expensive, and it's a 24-hour scenario, and it's constant, relentless. You cannot let up your guard. For the rangers in Atherstone, they were operating in a 25,000 hectare reserve but with no radio system, no workable radio system. So we were able to install a new radio repeater and give them a whole digital system, which has meant that they are now able to contact the rangers in Marrakelly as well. They are then able to secure a much larger area.
My name is Sarah Romeo. I'm working at Waterberg Ranger Services, looking after rhinos. I'm based in Limpopo, South Africa. It becomes with a passion for me to become a ranger. Actually, I just love nature. For me, protecting the rhinos is something which is in the heart. I just got love for the animals. That's who I am. I just have love for the environment, for the nature. That's who I am. So protecting the rhinos is one of the most important things in my life. I just want the next future coming generation just to see them. That's my main aim. I just want to protect them so that there will be people, they will know it. In the coming maybe 30, 20 years, they will know it. That's the most important thing now. That's what keeps me going, just protect the rhinos. We track the poachers we go on a patrol, we find the tracks, we follow the tracks. That's how we follow the tracks, and then 100% we have one guy who's the best tracker. He's always tracking, following the tracks, always behind them. That's how it goes. Be here 24/7 looking after the rhino. That's how we prevent them, because there's no any other way. Like if we are not around here protecting the rhinos, patrolling, do our patrols, sleeping in the bush, there's no preventing them. The only way to prevent them is to be here on duty 24/7 looking after the rhinos, so they won't get the access towards them. They won't go in here anywhere near them easily. Yeah, it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. Then the main thing, the poachers, you will never know what time they are in, what time they are out, what are they looking, what are they doing. It's always dangerous. When you work, you have to be alert. You have to be awake 24/7. You have to protect yourself and make sure that your partner protects you as well. It's very dangerous. So you just have to stay focused always. Know what you're doing. Always stay alert. It's very important. We need to make people be aware. Maybe one of the good days, those people sending their poachers to come and kill the rhinos, they will know that the rhinos, they are very peaceful, beautiful. They are one of the best. For example, they are more like my children to me. I sleep with them, just somewhere near them, just to keep them protected, enjoying their company the way they are. If once you're involved in being a ranger, you just have to be brave. You just have to be strong. You just have to be, because 24/7, you will never know what might happen. So I do get scared sometimes because, you know, your life is always on danger every day. So we put our life on danger, but for protecting the rhinos, that's what I will do. I don't mind. Any day, I'm always ready. I'm always ready. Yeah.
Obviously, the aim is to bring awareness and funding for rhino conservation. It's all about the balance between the conservation side of things and the community. The thing that happens in the Waterberg is that the rhino are predominantly in private ownership, and so it's in safari lodges and reserves. If you follow that through, then obviously that's tourism. Tourism brings in employment, and then, you know, employment brings economic benefit to the community.
Imagine if there's no rhino left. People are not going to come to South Africa, and then your uncle is going to lose the job, for example, because that's what community wants to hear. They want to hear something that is directly towards them. And one of the things actually, when we do put poison in our horns, in our rhinos here, because that's what we do to deter the poaching. One of the things in Anne's collection we do, which is one of very unique things that many people do, he'll go get the kids from the school when we dart a rhino, so that these kids can see how important this animal is by protecting it from that. And then when these kids go, they go back to the communities, they talk about it. And then when they talk about it, it means now it deters poachers, because poachers are coming from those places. Then they deter them not to poach here. I'm sure most of the community members, they know the poachers. I lived in areas like that where we used to glorify the gangsters, the criminals. But when time goes on, people realize this is wrong. I'm sure somewhere around 80% of the rhinos are left in the world are in this part of the world. So we are the last hope for them. We just need to do that, to protect them. So it's very, very important. And having somebody like Anne, I think Belinda involved, is going forward. I have hope, really big time hope.
We are very lucky that we have two people who work for us. One is Jessica Babbage and one is Daniel Mashasha, who are both Waterberg residents. Jess is amazing. She's our sort of eyes and ears on the ground, and she sort of coordinates all the projects so that we can make sure that they run as smoothly as possible. So Daniel works in conjunction with the Waterberg Biosphere Reserve. The Waterberg is a UNESCO biosphere site, and together we support a food garden scheme. So we have a number of schools in the area which are within the scheme. The purpose of the food gardens is obviously to produce vegetables, fresh vegetables for the children, and bring them extra nutrition on a daily basis. But alongside that, Daniel, it gives him the opportunity to go into schools and to talk to the children about, you know, the vital reason why, you know, rhinos needs to be saved. It's incredibly important that we help educate the children, and in doing so, you know, bring benefit to them for their future, and for them to realise that the rhino is very much part of that future and for generations to come. Booking a safari in the Waterberg is a tremendous way of supporting the area. In bringing funds directly into the area. You know, I mean, if you want to get more involved, I mean, there are ways in which you can, you know, directly sponsor education here. There, you know, you can see on our website how to do that. We have a shop. We have some amazing, beautiful storm lanterns, a Waterberg Rhino carafe and glass, which, you know, another way of bringing in some more funds. We've been supported by a number of artists sort of, you know, who have an interest in Africa. One is Andrew Yates, who's a fantastic photographer, and one of the most effective ways of helping us is by getting involved with Ride for Rhinos. I mean, places are limited, but it's a unique ride that's only put on once a year. I mean, you know, if you take part, you will never regret it. I guarantee that.